So Kate, I saw American Exorcism for the second time last night, like around 1 a.m.
Really?
So I didn't get much sleep. It's really good watch. How did you get into this role?
First of all, I appreciate you watching it twice. This is yeah, you're like a fan.
Yeah.
How did I get into this role? You mean the role
How'd you get into
after
the
I was
character? Yeah.
casted? So Caroline, my role in the film, Caroline, my character, she's a teenager. So I have to play that rebellious kind of, it's me against the world kind of character, which to me wasn't the hardest part. But on top of that, on top of just being a teenager, she's always also possessed. So, you'd be surprised playing those characters and actually being on set of those movies. It's more fun than scary, but yeah, it turned out pretty intense.
You saw it here in Santa Clara, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How was it shooting in Santa Clara?
Santa Clarita actually has a few really good locations, and a lot of TV shows and a lot of films are shot there. And I think it's just great to be able to shoot. It doesn't look like anything. You can find very different locations like dark woods and older looking buildings. So for those types of films, Santa Clarita was perfect. The weather was really tricky because we shot in March, so it would be pretty hot during the day, and then it's just freezing at night. So that was the hardest part as far as I remember. But yeah, it's been a year, so I just remember the good stuff now and the fun stories.
That's cool. Are you a fan of Supernatural?
How can you not be? It's such a fun genre, and it's something that you can constantly explore and find, new stuff for yourself. So yeah.
Had you ever seen an Exorcist kind of like this? Because this is kind of different. Because it's a little
Different,
bit more
right?
physical, more action.
Um, that's, kudos to our director and writer, Trip Weathers, who wrote the story and who had a very specific vision on how he wants the story to be told. And it is different. It's not your typical exorcism film. And dramatically, it has so many different storylines, which makes it very unique. Um, so, so yeah.
You have two strong cast members like beside you. One of them is more of the typical exorcist. One of them is more of a new age kind of exorcist. Did you get to interact with both of them and talk to them about how to play this character?
Yeah, we were actually lucky enough to have some time before the actual shoot began because we had some action scenes that required physical training and rehearsals, some fight scenes. So we actually got to meet each other beforehand and did some research together. Like you said, there are quite a few movies about exorcism and quite a few documentaries and just a lot of material that you can find. So we kind of all got together before the shoot and talked about how our characters are going to interact in the film, and just kind of, we're helping each other get into that state of mind because it's not something you experience every day. So it was definitely a team effort.
Was there anything that you thought was overly fun about shooting a movie like this?
Oh, really fun. Just how ridiculous it is, sometimes being in that costume and being in that makeup and having red or yellow lenses, and it's, for example, it's lunch break, and the lunch truck comes in and they don't know what you're shooting. They're just bringing food, and you're like covered in tens of different layers, wearing that crazy makeup to scare people, and then you're like, sorry guys, we're shooting a movie here. But overall, it was a great project to work on.
How long did it take to get into that makeup?
Actually, we had an amazing makeup artist, April Rudy. She takes all the credit for all the special effects in the film, special effects makeup, and it. She's such a talented makeup artist, so it actually didn't take long. It took maybe 45 minutes. And then we would use oil to make the hair look dirty, and then she had some special um, paint for the teeth to make it look black. But um, the dead possessed makeup, 45 minutes. From this to dead possessed in 45 minutes.
Was it fun getting to makeup?
For sure, yes. Especially shooting those scenes, those would be my easiest days on set because as a woman, I wouldn't have to worry about looking anything, you know, because the worse, the more scary I look, the better for the scene. So I just showed up and she just made me look as crazy as possible. And so, yeah.
Are you looking forward to doing more horror films, hopefully?
Yes, I hope that people watch and like this. I really became friends with so many people on this project, so I'm hoping for a sequel for American Exorcism. And as far as the genre goes itself, I like it. I like it, and I like the intensity. On a personal level, those are some characters that I easily relate to, so I would love to do more. Yeah.
Where can people find you on social media?
So on social media, at Instagram, Facebook, it's Kate Tumanova. Follow me, like my pictures, like my content, and thank you guys, and I hope you like the movie.